The forecast for Sunday will be warm as temperatures climb out of the 70s into the 80s, topping out about 86 by the time you may be leaving the Superdome. Our water vapor imagery showcases dry air across the region. You see that throughout southeast Louisiana and the Gulf South. But as we get later into the week, a trough is going to push a cold front further south that finally makes a big impact with our change in temperatures. So as you can see on Tuesday evening, we're still going to be warm with those upper 80s around for highs. But finally, as we get into the middle of the week, this pushes further south and temperatures will start topping out in the 70s with those 50s and 60s overnight. Eventually the 40s work their way back into most spots on the North Shore. So we continue with those mid 80s as we head into Tuesday, becoming the mid 70s Wednesday, Thursday, sunny and 74. You just cannot beat that. Then as we head into the extended weekend outlook, upper 70s return. It will be absolutely beautiful outside, and neither of these cold fronts bring any rain chances at all. That cool and crisp fall air back in full force Wednesday and Thursday as the dew points drop off considerably, about 40 degrees in most spots. So instead of any lingering mugginess, we'll finally have that dry air locked in place, and your overnight temperatures will be the biggest example here. Wednesday morning, most spots on the North Shore in the 50s. Across South Shore locations, you can expect 60s, but then the coolest air filters in over the next 24 hours. So we'll see Thursday morning lows in the 40s on the North Shore, big time sweater weather, and then 50s to 60s across South Shore locations. Most spots only right at that 60-degree mark overnight as the highest number on the map. Into Friday morning, a little bit warmer, but certainly not by much, just a degree or two in most spots. And of course, whenever cold fronts are pushing south, it's always a good sign for minimizing tropical development potential, especially here in the Gulf. So at this point, we've got about 6 weeks to go with hurricane season officially ending the final day of November. We'll zoom out a little further and show you the only area that we are watching. Right now, it's actually close to Africa's coast, and it's not necessarily in a favorable environment for development. But as it continues to move a bit further west, it will encounter a little bit less dry air and some warmer water as well. So something to watch, but the overall chances for development are somewhere between 10 and 30%. Nonetheless, the next name on the list is Nadine as we head into the next couple of weeks, but certainly no threats within the next 7 days, not even rain chances. We'll continue with wall-to-wall sunshine, those 80s eventually becoming 70s by midweek, and again, finally, the 40s back on the North Shore with 50s to 60s across South Shore locations.